Hi everyone, this is Pavni Raj from SBC, Department of CSCDS. The subject is waste management and the topic to be discussed is solid waste management and the elements. Let us look over the contents to be discussed over in this section are what is solid waste, source of a solid waste and the function of a solid waste management, and the next topic is the elements of a solid waste. Let us look over what is solid waste. Any useless, unwanted, or a discarded material that is not a liquid or a gas is called as a solid waste, and the process of collecting, treating, and disposing of this solid waste is called as a solid waste management. So, where do we get all these solid waste? The sources are like agricultural, commercial, domestic, industrial, and the institutional. So, why do we need this solid waste management? To get a good protection of an environmental health, promotion of an environmental quality, supporting the efficiency and the productivity of the economy, generation of an employment and the income. So let us look over the one of the most important topic to be discussed over in this section is elements of a solid waste management. So there are the six basic functional elements which includes the first step is the generation elements of the solid waste, on-site handling and the storage, collection, transfer and the transport, material and resource recovery, and the final step is the disposal. This is a basic flowchart of an elements of a solid waste. The first step is the generation. Where do we get the wastes from? Natural resources, animal activities, and the human resources. And the next step is the on-site handling and the storage. Here, handling refers to the handling the solid waste until they are stored in the particular area or a dustbins. And the third step is the collection. Here, collection refers to the collecting the wastes from the different sources or dustbins. And the fourth step is the transfer and the transport. Here, transfer refers to the waste which are collected from the smaller vehicles are transferred into a larger vehicles, and the transport refers to the waste which are collected from the larger vehicles are transported to a particular disposal area. And our step is the processing and the resource or a recovery. In processing and resource or a recovery step, the valuable materials which are present in the solid waste are extracted and the remaining waste are disposed into are dumped into a particular area, and it is a last step. So let us look over one by one. What is generation? Here, generation of solid waste is a result of a natural, human, and the animal activities. Generation of solid waste has a two aspects: quality of a waste, quantity of a waste. Quality includes the waste along with its properties, whereas the quantity represents the generation rates and total quantities and the volume of an waste generated. So knowledge of a generation of solid waste is important in the planning, designing, and operation of a solid waste management. So the next step is the waste handling and the waste collection or a storage. Handling refers to the manage handling refers to the managing solid waste until they are placed in the containers used for storage before collection or return to recycling centers. Depending on the type of collection service, handling may be also required to move the loaded containers to the collection point and to the return to the container to the point where they are stored between the collections. The first phase to manage solid waste is at our home level. So, for an individual, homes, industries, and other commercial centers, proper on site storage of solid waste is the beginning of a proper disposal. So, the third step is the collection. Here, the term collection includes not only the gathering or a picking up of a solid waste from the various sources, but also loading of these wastes to the disposal site or the transfer station and unloading there. The collection or a picking up on a waste varies with the facilities and the locations. So the our fourth step is the transfer and the transport. Here transfer refers to the means to transfer of waste from one location to the another, usually more distant locations. Here and the typically the waste from relatively small location vehicles are transferred to a larger vehicles and then transferred to a distinct locations. So Next, our fifth step is the resource recovery and reprocessing. The most important processing techniques includes compaction, thermal volume reduction, manual separation of waste components, incineration, and decomposting. Recovery involves the separation of valuable resources from the mixed solid waste delivered at transfer stations or processing plants. Certain recovered materials like glass, plastic, paper, etc. can be recycled as they have economic value. So our last step is the disposal. In disposal, most of the organic content after the segregation may be subjected to a bacterial decomposition with an end product called as a humus or a compost. So decomposition of soil waste may be accomplished aerobically or anaerobically. A modern sanitary landfill is a method of disposing solid waste without creating any nuisance or a hazard to an public. So let us end the section with a conclusion. So it is critical to improve the solid waste management in India. So improper solid waste management puts public health, India's environment and quality of a life in a jeopardy. The Indian government and local governments should collaborate with its partners to encourage source separation, increase recycling rates, and produce high quality compost from organic waste. While this is the being accomplished and recycling rates are rising and plans should be put in place to deal with the non-recyclable waste that are currently being generated and will continue to be generated in the future. In trash management, the Tribal R principle is extremely useful and the public awareness is one of the most important to keep our environment protect and the good and safe. So this is Pavni Raj signing off this section. Thank you.